Hey guys, this is me Rakshna. Welcome back again. So today I'm going to be sharing one of my experience in grade 12 that actually transformed me and gave me a new perspective of how I view myself. And I have already mentioned more than once about my journey in this particular chapter. And today I'm going to be talking about Young Indians Parliament, the preparation, how it went, the day of the competition, and the aftermath, waiting for the results. So yeah, today I'm going to be talking about those things. So we got to know that there is something called Young Indians Parliament, which is being conducted in Trichy for the first time. So our school decided that they are sending some students from our school. So me and my two best friends, along with other schoolmates and juniors, were selected to participate in this particular competition. So my best friend and me, we three sat together and started preparing because we three are from the same group, and those the other students were preparing among themselves. So one of them is a very good writer. She knows a lot. She really writes well, and the other one is a political enthusiast, so she knows a lot about schemes, law, political things, etc. And yeah, I know how to make words, so we three sat together and we had many help from our teachers. So we started our preparation. We got to know that we have to give something called the opening speech, which is for 90 seconds, and also we have to draft some policies. We have to prepare some bills. So that was all supposed to happen on the day of the competition. The only thing that we have to prepare prayer hand is the opening speech of us. So we got together, and we were allotted our constituency. So each of us were a MP of a particular constituency. So we started digging facts about what is the main thing going on in that particular constituency, and we started drafting our opening speech. So first we thought of using tools, gadget tools, but then some inspiration came and somebody told us that nothing can beat what you are writing. Okay, what Rakshana sees and what that particular individual sees cannot be competed with the thoughts of any gadgets. So we were really motivated to give our own content. So I started searching about my constituency, what is the main livelihood of for the people in my constituency, and what are the problems they are facing. And our main theme was like women empowerment. So I started writing so many quotes. One of the quote I remember, which I really loved, that I wrote, I said that let women rise, but after cleaning, cooking, and doing dishes is not the kind of empowerment that I'm talking about. So I really loved that line. I really loved that thought that I gave into that particular line. And so yeah, I talked about the domestic violence and how we have to connect with the state government with the union government in helping these ladies, giving them hand in learning skills so that they can have their own livelihood. And this was my opening speech. And but it was 2 to 3 days prior to the competition, and just before the competition day I got a throat infection. I had throat infection, and I could not even speak. I could barely make the words come out of my mouth. I could barely raise my voice and speak. So we all panicked. My best friends also panicked, and the problem is I also gave that infection to one of my best friend who is also participating in the competition. So yeah, we three were like what? So the other two came up with the thought that you don't speak for the whole day. You just keep mum. You don't have to try rehearsing, or you don't have to do the modulation or all. You just keep your mouth mum and sit there and just rehearse the topics in your mind. So that's what I did. And they told their speeches. They decided their speeches in front of the classroom, in front of the teachers, to get the feedback and to improve their speech. But I was unable to do that because I had throat infection. And the problem is, the next day I had my competition. So all I did was I came home, I had hot water. I only drank hot water for that day. The next day, it was 2-day competition. So the next day I went, and the problem is, now that day my friend had a cold, so now she was unable to participate. and it was really tough for her because she could not give that impact she had during the rehearsal, and we all really felt bad. And the thing is, next my turn came, and I was about to give the opening speech. I gave everything that I had. I completed within the time that was allotted, and I really gave the power pack speech that I could, and I was really satisfied with what I gave out there, and I was really impressed because it was my own content. I did not copy from anything, I did not write from anything. It was my own thought and my own words, and it was really I was so happy that I delivered it with that enthusiasm, and I gave life to those words, and I was really over the moon. And then we had our bill drafting, and that was today. We have to select a person for who is going to be the chairperson of the committee, who is going to be the bill drafters of the committee, and who is going to present the bill. And we all decided, we went that we would be giving a speech in front of the committee members, and the members will vote who should be the presenter, and I was selected to be one of the presenter. And this happened in every committee that was assigned. So we went home that day, and we had to draft the bill overnight, and we have to present the bill the next day. We came home that night, everybody, me and the bill drafting committee, contacted through our WhatsApp, and we were like, okay, this is what is going to be do, this is what we are going to do. And we had draft, or we had some copy of bill drafting from other team, and we came to know that this is what the template is supposed to look like, and we drafted. But the next morning, the person who had to give our bill did not submit our bill. It was like morning around 6 o'clock, and I had the news that today I also have to go to my school and give my speech because I was selected as a candidate for my school pupil leader, and I had to give that speech, and then I have to go to my competition. And I was like really worried because I have to present the bill that day, and the bill did not came. Then one of my best friend who is also participating, I called her, and she said I'm happy to help. And she is from our committee, and we were supposed to be presenter. So I asked her, this is what is happening, can you give a hand last minute? And she was really we are thankful for her that she did it at the last moment. And that's the bill that we drafted. And I went to my school, I gave my speech for the candidate election, and then I went to the competition area, and everything was set. The bill was going to be every committee is supposed to give the speech about their bill, and my committee came. And now another problem arose. Now the problem was, a person started fighting that I would also be a presenter, but we thought that other person, we already selected a bill drafter, another bill drafter to be our presenter with me and my best friend. But this person all of a sudden came and said, I want to be a presenter. Now the time is ticking. The persons who are conducting the competition are like hurrying us up, like, if you don't come now, your committee won't be given the time to speak. And we panicked a lot, and we could not pick the drafter that we wanted, but rather we chose this person who was like fighting that I want to be a presenter. So we went, and I presented the bill, and next came the question session, where the committee, where other persons, committee members will ask us a question, and we have to give an answer. So me and my friend were like giving them back to back answer. They were like, this is what this is, this is what this is. And when somebody asked so I really loved my answer for this one question. So what happened, the member from a ruling party rose up and asked a question to me like, why is it necessary, why is your bill necessary? So mine was like rural public healthcare. So they rose and asked me like, why is your bill important? I have my committee I have my cabinet to do that work. And I was like, you did not be a respected member of the parliament. I think you did not do your job well. That is why there is a need for us to present this bill. And everybody laughed, but it's not something that I did it intentionally. It was just because I was giving answer. And my best friend also like backed so many questions that was like, they just asked because there is nothing to ask, and they just wanted to come up with a question. So she also answered very sarcastically and with power and respect. We did not even lose respect for 1 second. We both answered respectfully, and we gave back to back answers, and we received a lot of claps, and we received a lot of compliments. And now the time came for which bill wins. So practically what will happen is, every bill will be called once, and members have to vote in favor or not. They have to say no for that particular bill to be passed. And what happened is, some of the votes we have to convince the persons to give vote for us. So we went around and convinced, and now the time came to vote, and our bill won. So our bill was the one that was passed in the parliament, and we were really, really so happy. And after that, a member from the current parliament, like I think he was a political leader, Durai Vaiko, Honorable Sir Durai Vaiko, he came, and he was the one who gave us the prizes, and I was announced the best parliamentarian, and I was really, 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 really so happy that I could do that, because I was not feeling well, and we had a lot of last minute confusions, and one of my best friend also won the award, and we both were selected to the next round, that is which was happening in Madurai, and other friend of mine were also selected, and we had to go to Madurai for the next round. There we really had a whole new lot of experiences, because this was so smooth and it went on really good. But there came a lot of things. There we really saw politics. There we really saw, no confidence motion, and it was so what to say. It was so happy to have that much new experience, and it was kind of exciting and adventurous to see those things. So we went to Madurai, and me and my friends stayed in the same room, and we did a lot of fun during the nights, and we prepared. So I was supposed to be presenting again opening speech, and I was to be presenting a thing called a private member bill. So in private member bill, every individual member of the parliament will be giving a bill which is related to current situations, and again there will be a voting process if the bill should be passed or not. And I presented a bill for menstrual hygiene, and my bill was passed, and I was really happy. But there were also some moments where we felt that the speaker was partial, and the speaker was not giving opportunity to everybody. So we were like, no, we don't want the speaker. And then the speaker actually had to step down, and a new speaker came in, and even the new speaker vote was like at the last moment, because one person decided to stand in favor of that speaker at the end moment when the time was about to end, and that is how this new speaker became the speaker. And it was really exciting. And also we felt a lot of complaint that many of us did not get enough opportunities to speak. But at the end of the day, it's all a new experience. It is all new lessons, and we really did have a lot of lessons and a lot of new experience and good experience. We made some friends. We had a lot of whole enjoyable moment. We had we had some snacks with our new friends at the hotel nearby, and we danced. We made a lot of videos. We were talking all night. We were singing. It was actually a quite wholesome day for us. And yeah, this is what I learned in the journey of my Young Indian Parliaments. That is, your voice and your thoughts matter a lot, and you have to make sure that you raise your voice and you express your thoughts and opinions at the right place and at the right stage, because that makes a lot of difference. And other thing is, enjoy every moment and enjoy every opportunities that come across you, because that's what life is, isn't it?